up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I'm back with an all-new review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let's get into it. So we start off with Sierra. She's in the studio recording some music. She's been in a weird hairspace since being in the hospital for her leg, also arguing with Zell and everybody else. Chaotic surprises her with Erica Banks in the studio because he wants her to have an established artist on her tracks, but she didn't like being surprised by Sierra. And Erica's also trying to keep things on a cool level with Chaotic. She's not fooling with him in any kind of way. She got a new man, so she's not playing games with him. And he wants them to collaborate on a track. They both said no. Also, Erica was asked what is her opinions about Sierra's music, because Sierra feels like all of her friends are dogging her about her news music. She don't feel like she's getting the proper support. And I don't know, Erica said that the second song that she was recording in that scene was way better than the first one she put out, because Erica claims that Sierra was loud, but when they replayed the song, she didn't sound loud to me. And yeah, there's no collaboration between Sierra and Erica, because Sierra and Erica, they just cool. You know what I'm saying? They're not about to do anything else but be cool, because Erica still feels some type of way about Rennie Rucci after their little issues. So she's just keeping things on a cool level between anybody who's associated with Rennie. Then, you know, Sierra's still on that wave that nobody has been supporting her ever since she's been in the hospital. Nobody came to support her. She's feeling some type of way about that. Then she's getting flack from Amy about how, you know, she feels like I'm not supportive of her. And she feels like maybe I'm just too real for these people. They can't handle the way I work. They can't handle the way I move. Then she throws shade at Amy about being an artist, but she only got 4,000 views on her latest music video. So hopefully there's going to be a confrontation soon. So we're going to move on from there. Rashida, she invites Amy, Kendra, and Jack to go horseback riding with her and Kirk, because Rashida wasn't able to make it to Amy's single release party. So this is her way of making it up. I want to go horseback riding. And we're congratulating Kendra because she made over 50 million in volume for her firm. And she's on the high of reaching this milestone in her career, being a criminal defense attorney and also being a top-selling real estate attorney. So kudos to Kenya. Kudos to Kendra. Amy has also been assigned of being brand ambassador to Pressed. Congratulations to her, because she walked Rashida's fashion show last season. So now she's a brand ambassador. Kudos to her. Now, what happened at her single release party? She said a bunch of drama. She still wants to make it seem as if she's the injured party. She's the victim of Bambi going out with her ex, not telling her she's going out with her ex. And she is just going down the timeline of when her and Bambi were becoming friends. And, you know, we talk all the time. We give each other tea all the time. Why didn't she trust our friendship to let me know she's dating my ex? An ex of over 10 years ago, might I add. So now it's confusing to me, because I feel like you're our clown, Amy. Because just last season, you were trying to fix things with Mozzie. You want to bring him back around your family for them to give him another chance, and that this is the man you want to be with. So why are you so concerned over men you have not been with, have not seen in almost 10 years? I cannot. So now Amy is setting up a time when her and Bambi were developing a friendship that Mama D and Scrappy called her to set her up to go on a date with him. I had to rewind that. You mean to tell me both Mama D and Scrappy called you for you to come on a date with Scrappy? So she's looking at the value she appreciated in her friendship with Bambi to not go for it, to tell Mama D I'm not interested. So she wants Bambi to return the favor and not go out with your ex of over 10 years? Told you about it to see how you feel? I don't understand. It's not the same thing, because I was a bit confused and lost. So Jack, thank you for coming up with exactly how I felt. He said that's not the same, Amy. Fall back. What Bambi and Scrappy had was a marriage. They were married, they had children, and now they're divorced. And it wasn't civil at the time. Now they're back being civil. So you trying to come in on a situation that was extremely sensitive would have been messy. This is not the same thing as that. And I agree. You can't use your ex of over 10 years that you were not married to nor engaged, you didn't have a child with him, to make it seem as if Bambi should understand exactly how you feel, because you felt like it was messy coming in on scrappy knowing him and Bambi were going through their issues. Like, that's not the same thing. I thought I was tripping. So yeah, conversation needs to be had. Kurt brings up how weird it was to talk to Jasmine about Cannon, and Rashida was like, I want to let them talk, let them have their piece, but I want to stay out of it. But if I have something to say, I should have something to say. And I'm like, you full of shit, Rashida. You waited for Kurt to do something for you to not have an issue. If you have been caring about Cannon like you say you've been caring about Cannon, then it should have been fuck whatever Kurt was doing, and you should have made sure Cannon was straight. But no, you didn't. Okay? You wait until Kirk needed to do something. Don't, please, 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 please. You wait until Kirk needs to do something, then you want to act like this is how I'm on. Good night and goodbye. So we get Erica Banks. She's at a dress boutique looking at dresses, but it's not for her. It's for Diamond. Diamond from Crime Mob. She is now recently engaged, I think, to a fighter. So she's happy and she's in a new space. And the friendship that Diamond and Erica have is the type of friendship where they cannot speak to each other from a moment of time to come back like they haven't lost any time of seeing each other. And I find it so ironic that both me and Diamond have the same names and it's spelled the same. Then it was about how they feel about Sierra coming out with music. Do they like it? Do they don't like it? It ended off with none of them saying nothing but laughing. And I'm like, Erica, you fake as fuck. Because in the studio, you could have told Sierra how you felt about her music, but you didn't. Fake. Moving on. We got Carly. Carly is spending some time with her daughter Jasmine. They're like best friends. They tell each other everything. And Carly is going to let Jasmine know what everything's been going on in her life, including her ex-man Kai talking to the blogs about her relationship, stalking her, stalking him, and so on and so on. Carly talks about spoiling herself when she always spoils herself, and she still wants to have children. She said, I get to finally have my boy. I'm sorry, Carly. I'm sorry. I don't see you wanting to have children. Just spoil your granddaughter. That's all I think you should do. And you know, you're talking about experiencing everything for the first time with this new man, even though you've been engaged multiple times, you've had children. He has, I heard, he just welcomed a new baby with another woman before you guys got together, but he's never been married. He's also never been engaged before. So it's a lot of firsts. And she believes that this is her person. This is who she wants to be with. They're discussing IVF, but like I said, I don't see you wanting children, Carly. You've always lived your life for you. You've never stopped your life for your children. Look at Jasmine. Jasmine was raised by her grandmother. You popped in and out of Jasmine's life ever since she came into this world. So I don't see how you can now want to say, I want a child. And Carly, you're approaching 60, ma'am. I'm sorry. God can bless a lot of women of older age to have children, but I do not think you're one of those women. I'm sorry to say. I just don't see it. I don't. So now we talk about her birthday trip. She's feeling some type of way about Bambi talking about her birthday trip, but Bambi has a right to feel a way because you hurt her feelings. And that's exactly what Jasmine told her. I mean, yeah, she might not need to be saying anything, but maybe she does have a right to say something because you hurt her feelings. So Jasmine wasn't able to go to Carly's birthday trip, which she wanted to blame Bambi for, but Jasmine said that wasn't Bambi's fault that I couldn't go. That was on me. But Carly didn't want to hear it at all. And she just wanted to keep on saying Bambi took over her birthday trip, only invited her friends. Did it ever occur to you, Carly, that maybe your friends didn't want to come because of you? I don't, like, really, out of all the friends you have, they all had a reason to not go. Why, Carly? Look at yourself and ask why. So Jasmine told her maybe you acted out a bit. You were doing too much on your birthday trip. I thought she meant to say Carly was nice, nasty. No, she was nasty, nice. That's the proper term because you came out the gate being selfish. And Carly don't want to hear it. She is literally in that scene being reprimanded by her daughter, who can call her out when she does wrong, hold her accountable with the way she acts, and Carly don't want to hear it. I was like, this is crazy. How come your own flesh and blood can call you out and you don't want to hear it? That makes no sense. She knows every single thing about you. She knows how you operate. She knows how you move. Who better than to tell you the truth than your own child? But you don't want to hear your child. You don't want to hear your child tell you, you were wrong, Mom. You acting an ass. You didn't have to do that. You don't want to hear it. So now in the confessional, she says, Jasmine just doesn't get it. Okay? She just doesn't get it. She doesn't understand. I don't see how she can't. That makes no sense, Carly. Then she says even if her and Bambi was to ever become friends again, she wouldn't trust her. The feeling is mutual, Carly. Bambi shouldn't trust you again. So then we get to this issue with her ex Kai. They have a business deal. They were supposed to be developing a beauty line. Don't know why. When did this beauty line deal came about? Before, after the engagement? And why would you still be involved with someone you got engaged to? But it hasn't been going well. He's been calling her, but she's only been concerned about him cyber stalking her and her new man. So she wants to find common ground with him before pulling out a restraining order against him. Fine, sure. Now we get to Jock and Kendra's celebration for her business, how she earned $50 million in volume. And she wouldn't throw herself a party, but Jock wanted her to feel celebrated. I'm happy he did that. Bambi comes in with her new man, arm in arm, completely dusted off Amy. Like, Bambi was arm in arm with Amy, and she didn't even look her way, and Amy is flabbergasted, like, oh my God, clutching my pearls. She's going to walk right past me. Exactly. Fed your ass dust, okay? So, Jock sees the problem. He sees who Amy's ex looked like, and he can see how Amy could feel away, but hey, it still is not that big of a deal. And it is new seeing her with a new man because they're always used to seeing her with Scrappy. But this is something that's a new normal, okay? And again, it's not the same thing though. It's really not. But Amy also feels like it's no different from her looking at Bambi's character because she wants to bring up how Bambi got involved with Scrappy when he was still dealing with Erica. Okay, that was how many years ago? Amy, come up with some new shit. And this was a current relationship that both Erica and Scrappy was in when Bambi got involved. You have not been in a current relationship with this man. You have not seen him in over 10 years. Again, you cannot use that situation. Their situation is not the same as yours. You have not been with this man. Make it make sense, Amy. This is not a beef. It's not a beef. So it's awkward, okay? And Amy, she's already throwing slick shade because Bambi said that she took her drink. And Amy was like, oh, well, you seem to be, taking everything that's mine. We seem to be sharing everything. I see you're about to share some things pretty soon. And Bambi caught it, and there's no sharing. There's no exchange of fluids of whatever. And it's like, girl, good night and goodbye. The ex can tell she's trying to start some shit. And I'm like, Amy, this is someone you fucked years ago. So you really trying to hold the power that you fucked him? Baby, that power has been drained. Move on, move on, move on. And I'm with, Bambi. Girl, you are a little too late to be acting like this is an issue. You are acting like this is your man. You've been with him all this time when you haven't. You've been engaged, flipped, did. You've had FaceTime boyfriends. Why are you pressed over this man? You dated him over 10 years ago. Like, you should not be pressed about this. That's what I'm saying. Like, you were going back and forth with Erica Banks over Chaotic's crazy ass. Make it make sense. Like, it's stupid. But so Erica Banks comes in with her BBO ass, and Amy is trying to get everybody on her side to see how she's a victim by saying Bambi is dating my ex and she never told me. I'm like, you are not a fucking victim. Okay? Jock and Kendra checking in on Bambi, seeing how happy she is, and knowing that her and Scrappy are divorced, they're gonna date other people. And Atlanta is kind of small but big, so there's no telling who each of them might end up with. They might end up with someone they've known years ago, short while, long time ago, met up with old exes. It's a possibility, okay? It's Atlanta. Just let it go and live with it. So, Amy is all about Sierra, what's going on with the internet. She's seeing all this stuff about Sierra. And Chaotic gets messy and lies when he mentioned seeing Sierra in the studio. And Erica was there. And he told Amy that Sierra said you only had 200 views on your latest music video. And I'm like, no, she did not, Chaotic. Why are you lying? See, Chaotic, listen. Why you starting shit? Why you being messy? Listen, Chaotic, if you're going to be the bone collector, the instigator, please get your information correct. Because you just purposefully lied with Sierra. She did make shade of the views on Amy's video, but she didn't say 200. She said 4,000. How do you mix up 4,000 to 200? Like, why are you being messy? And you just said in the confessional, you want Sierra to be around real people who are honest with her, straightforward with her. How do you think she's going to feel knowing that you've been out here lying on her? Mixing up words, mixing up information that you shouldn't mix up. Make that make sense, Chaotic. Like, ugh, he gets so messy, I cannot stand it. I really can. So now that's going to add more fuel to Amy's feelings towards Sierra not being supportive of her. And it's like, girl, good night and goodbye. I can't stand it. So Amy thinks it's a contradictory, is a hypocrite of how Sierra thinks nobody has been there for her. Because that's what Chaotic also told them, that Sierra has not been feeling support from her friends. Amy said, okay, well, she can't act like she wants support if she's not supportive. Fine, whatever. So Rashida has a press photo shoot coming up. Amy figured that, okay, let me invite Bambi and Sierra so they can come. Y'all can squash our issues because we all are involved in the same circle group. We all see each other. There should be no reason why y'all got tiptoe around each other. We should all move forward and let's get down to the real nitty gritty. Of course, Rashida has to find something else to do because her storyline can't be this Jasmine thing. She got to be involved in other people's business. So Bambi is, getting used to the fact that people are gonna be like, oh wow, Bambi got a new man because she's not with Scrappy anymore. They're divorced. People's gonna have to get used to it, and life goes on. It's a new change. It's a better change. And she really needs to address this issue with Amy because it's not that serious. Even the boyfriend, he said, yeah, man, I don't know why she's acting like that. It wasn't like we dated or nothing. It wasn't nothing like that. We just messed around from time to time. So Bambi was like, so when you say y'all kicked it, y'all had sex? Of course. Bambi, you know what kicking it means. So hearing from him that it was just sex between them, she's confused about Amy's behavior. You're acting like this was your man. You acting like y'all were married. You act like y'all been engaged or providing each other to create a family. Like you doing a lot. Giving a lot of energy from a man that's over 10 years ago. That's 10 Carly faces ago. This was way before Bambi in the hot tub. Like, this is a long time ago. And you're bringing it up like it's brand new, and it's not. Let it go. No. So we get Carly. Carly's at her restaurant, Johnny's Chicken and Waffles. They're doing good. They celebrated 4 years. She opened up a patio. Business is doing well. Good for you. Her ex-boyfriend Kai comes in. They talk outside. He says he only wants to talk about the business. But Carly not listening. She wants to address of all the things he's been saying about her posting her new man. She's been noticing he commenting on her page, also saying that he's contacted some of her new man's ex-girlfriends. He said one contacted me, and he did admit that he wrote that she's sad because Carly can't ever be by herself. And I'm like, he got you there. While he is admitting he has been trolling Carly's Instagram and commenting on her posts with this new man, it is true though. Carly has never been by herself because Carly don't like being by herself. And Carly, this is really embarrassing though. Like every time you out of a new relationship, you get one and you just post like crazy. You post all these long messages about how much you are so in love. You've never had a man treat you like this before. It's the same thing over and over again. So we're not together no more. We're about to run a business. I don't see how you can run a business with a man you were about to be married to. Doesn't make any sense. So she said, I'm filing a restraining order. I blocked you from everything. They're both going back and forth, okay? He's trying to come at her about, I have never done this to you. We don't come at each other like this. Is not what we do. And it's so weird. It's almost like, is this even real? Because Carly's scenes are always overly dramatic. They're overly produced, overly scripted. And it's just like, I cannot deal with this. So he even hit her with the fact of the business deal that he has with Carly. He might give it to Bambi, or he already gave it to Bambi. And it's like, Carly's even discussing with this man. She said, how did I ever think I could be with you? I don't know, Carly, because you're so damn desperate for dick. You don't think with your brain. You think with your pussy. You don't find out until after a man shows his true colors, because you don't see the real man looking right in front of you. You don't see how he treats you. You don't see how he actually is, because you are so in love. You just see all the good things. And when the bad things come out, then you be like, I am so tired of this. I just want to be loved. I cannot. It all ended with them going back and forth. They're talking over each other. He says, I'm going to stop bothering you because Spice and Shekinah told me to stop bothering you. And da-da-da-da. He's trying to walk over to her. I'm like, oh my God, you disgust me. Get away from me. I'm like, is this real, Carly? Is this real? I don't know. I don't care. Okay, so. All right, so we end off the episode with Rashida's press photo shoot with Amy and another brand ambassador model. Amy says she's honored of being part of this brand. She remembers following the brand years ago when press became a known name. She is blessed to work with a black-owned business. Sierra and Baby are coming, and Amy is aware of it, but she says she knows how to separate work from personal, which I don't believe. And Rashida informs Amy that they're coming, but what she did not tell them was that Sierra and Bambi are aware of the fact that Amy will be there because she wasn't sure they'll be coming. So Sierra pulls up with Randy Rucci. She is 6.5 months pregnant. She looks absolutely beautiful. She's glowing. I love her chocolate confessional look. And her man are doing great. They're going to open up a juice bar. Her daughter is running track, doing very well. So now that she's back in town, she cannot wait to catch up with all the ladies and see what's up with them. Now, Sierra, she comes in, says hi to Rashida. She's still on that train about how not really receiving a lot of support from her friends, especially while she was in the hospital. And she did appreciate Rashida calling her because that's all Sierra wants. I want to feel the appreciation. I want to feel the support. You don't have to be there, but if you can call me, send me a message, send a teddy bear, send a flower, send something to let me know that you care about me, you want me to get better. So we dive in to her being happy. She did came out of the situation alive and healthy. She's looking at life differently because when she was in the hospital, the antibiotics weren't reacting to her body, and it was a conversation if the treatment was not working, she could have lost her leg. But thank God her leg is getting better, so she just wants to feel support. That's all she wants, okay? Rashida did tell Sierra that Amy is here and Bambi is coming. Sierra don't want to hear it. She just wants to shop. So Bambi comes in. She knows that last year she had to be on her best behavior when it came down to all the drama she was dealing with. But now this year, she said anybody can get it if they got a problem with me. So Sierra starts off. She said, listen, Bambi, like, no, for real, though, like, Bambi, I'm feeling the type of way, though, like, for real, though, Bambi. And Bambi said, you always feeling something, which is hilarious, right? So when it came down to Sierra being in the hospital, she thought that Bambi would have realized something was wrong when she stayed at the hospital too long. Bambi thought it was a skit. She thought it was a joke. And I'm like, damn, everybody is saying that this was not a real thing. I don't know. Maybe this needs to be more an understanding because Sierra was not joking. Even though I have my own opinions about it, but Sierra was in a tough spot, okay? She wasn't happy at all. And Bambi is apologizing for not being there, but if Sierra calls you her little sister, her big sister, I would think you would know sometimes if Sierra is not playing with you. You know what I'm saying? And she's crying, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, Bambi, like, I rock with y'all the hard way. Like, I don't want to be around females who don't want to check on me. Like, I was in the hospital for 10 days. I almost lost my leg, and nobody was there for me. And everybody has seen the friendship that Sierra and Bambi have had. They've had a real, genuine friendship. So to see y'all in this type of space is really sad to see. Now, Rennie, she's in the confessional, giving props to Rashida for trying to be the peacemaker. But when they had that cash trip on in the mountains and they tried to smooth things over from where they were, that is where they should have left it. Because now they're back in a rocky place. So Amy comes in because she wants to get her 2 cents in. She needs to be in this scene. She's really eager to get her issues out with Bambi, right? And first of all, Rashida, why did you have this confrontation at your place of business? But I feel like you needed something happening, so you need to see, you need to be, getting a check. I don't know. But Sierra was like, listen, this is not the friend that I knew. Like, this new Bambi, the Bambi I knew was loving, caring, sensitive. This blonde, boss-ass bitch with the fur and the high heels, I don't know who that is. I don't know her. And I don't understand it. And I had to be like, you gotta understand it, right? Y'all do realize what Bambi went through these past couple of years, right? And Bambi even said it. You just have to understand it. Some people don't understand the glow up. Like, y'all know what Bambi went through, all right, with Scrappy. And now that she's free from Scrappy, she's getting back to her, getting back to what made Bambi Bambi. Like, I am at a place where I can put me first. I have time to do my hair. I have time to feel pretty, look pretty. So if I want to put on my furs and my high heels and be this boss ass bitch, it's because I don't have a needy ass husband anymore. And now that she is, you know, stepping up her game, being a dope ass mom, an amazing businesswoman, and also being a better woman, you know? And I feel like, Sierra, you should know this. You've been through a divorce before. You've had to do a metamorphosis to get back to who you were, get back to your grind, elevate your business. You're doing the exact same thing. So I don't see how you guys can't understand how Bambi is moving differently, acting differently, because she's not weighed down by those issues and problems anymore. She's free. So now that we, you know, kind of soften things with the issues between Bambi and Sierra, now Sierra turns her sights on Amy. Like, what's your pressure? You act like I never supported you. I went to your Pretty Kitty event, but Amy had another video shoot that Sierra couldn't make it. She apologized now, but she never really apologized later when she had an emergency and never told Amy she wasn't coming. So she can admit that. Amy has supported Sierra. She went to her Ghetto Girls East event. Sierra can only recall her going one time. And I feel like both Sierra and Amy are in the same realm. Both of y'all can recall being there to support each other at one time, but both of y'all have not been consistent in supporting each other. And I think that Amy's problem, also because Amy talked about her own behaviors, because she overextends herself to support other people and she never gets it reciprocated. So that's why she is expecting a lot out of other people, because she believes she does the most. But like I said, she's way too eager to only bring up the issue with Bambi, because she calls out that Sierra was being fake when she started hanging around Bambi. Man, Bambi was like, you want to get slit in your pressed outfit? See, Bambi was ready, okay? Amy felt like, I wish you would. Girl, you could even slide your pussy on a dick from 10 years ago. And that really hurt Amy. They go back and forth. Of course, security is not going to let them fight. I wanted Bambi to get her. And Amy, she said, I can drag you on my mama. Now, I don't know what Amy thought she was explaining or trying to create a difference between her and Bambi. Like, she thinks that Bambi, all she'll do is use her height, use her Amazon legs to just topple over people. But I'm like, Amy, you not 5'4". You look like 5'7", 5'8". You and Bambi are of the same height and weight class, even with heels. So I don't see why you would think you can't take Bambi, or like you think Bambi is not going to do much to you. You guys are on the same height. Y'all on the same level of playing field. So I didn't like that at all. And again, it's just too much for me. Like, and you know, it gets real nasty and ugly because Bambi is telling her, you are mad over a man I ain't even touched. And it was over 10 years ago. But she's like, girl, please. Once I'm bored, I might let Scrappy hit it. Really? Really, Amy? That's where you're going to go with? You trying to hurt Bambi by saying when you bored, you might let Scrappy hit? Then you never wanted to be friends with Bambi in the first place. Then she wants to embarrass Sierra by saying Sierra's been begging for a feature with Spice because Amy got the feature with Spice. How you need to shake up your seasonings and all that stuff. I'm like, you know what? It ain't gonna work. Then Sierra approaches Amy. They get separated because Sierra ain't got time for this, okay? The energy, it ain't working. But I did love the fact that Bambi and Sierra rallied with each other to go against Amy, because even me and her are on the same page right now. That don't mean we're not going to have each other's backs, because what time you on is not the time we on, okay? So Rashida's trying to get control. It ain't working. Rashida didn't want control. She wanted chaos. Sierra's trying to tell Rashida, get your model in order, and it's not working. It's an epic fail, okay? So her peacemaking idea has an epic fail because it wasn't even necessary. It was a good episode. Don't get me wrong. I wanted to see them fight, because Ambi, you doing a lot. You're a clown, like I said, because this is not even a big issue to have. Is this your storyline? Okay, I just want to know, because you probably don't have much going on. I'm just saying. But y'all, that's it. That's it. That's all I have. Please stay tuned for my next video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.